Hello everyone. Well, as expected, the bankruptcies have started, and this time it's Lordstown Motors. So I got an article here all about it, so let's check it out. It's got an article from The Guardian. Headline is Electric Truck Maker Lauded by Trump as Saving Ohio Town Files for Bankruptcy. Lordstown Motors, the U.S. electric truck maker, once lauded by former President Donald Trump as the savior of a depressed Ohio town, filed for bankruptcy protection on Tuesday. The automaker, named after the town where it is based, filed for Chapter 11 protection in Delaware and put itself up for sale after failing to resolve a dispute over a promised investment from Taiwan's Foxxconn. It simultaneously took legal action against Foxxconn. The Lordstown factory in northeast Ohio was formerly a GM small car factory that GM decided to close in 2018 in a move that was described as a kick in the stomach by local workers. Trump and other Ohio political leaders pressured the GM CEO, Mary Barra, to reverse the decision or find a buyer. GM agreed to sell the plant to a newly formed entity called Lordstown Motors, founded by the former top executive at an electric truck maker called Workhorse Group. The company claimed it would be making 100,000 cars a year once it got started, and Trump lauded the company and said the area was booming after the sale. In a complaint filed in bankruptcy court, Lordstown accused Foxconn of fraudulent conduct and a series of broken promises in failing to abide by an agreement to invest up to $170 million in the electric vehicle manufacturer. Foxconn previously invested about $52.7 million in Lordstown as part of the agreement and currently holds an almost 8.4% stake in the EV maker. Lordstown contends Foxconn is balking at purchasing additional shares of its stock as promised and misled the EV maker about collaborating on vehicle development plans. Foxconn, formerly called Han High Precision Industry and best known for assembling Apple's iPhones, has said Lordstown breached the investment agreement when the automaker's stock fell below $1 per share. Lordstown, a startup launched in 2018, said in a regulatory filing earlier this month that it had planned to sue Foxconn after receiving a letter from the company that led Lordstown to believe Foxconn was unlikely to make its additional expected investment. Lordstown accused Foxconn in that regulatory filing of engaging in a pattern of bad faith that caused material and irreparable harm to the company. The automaker's main product is the Endurance electric pickup truck, which is built at a former General Motors small car factory in Lordstown for commercial customers such as local governments. Lordstown sold the plant to Foxconn in 2022. Lordstown paused production of the Endurance earlier this year and since April has resumed building the trucks at a low rate after resolving quality issues with suppliers. Should Lordstown fail to find a rescuer willing to restart full production of the Endurance, the Ohio factory could be a draw for overseas automakers looking for a quick way to build vehicles in the U.S. Lordstown filed for bankruptcy with plans to seek a buyer. It does not have an initial offer in hand, known in bankruptcy parlance as a stalking horse bidder. Never heard of that one. Which sets a minimum price other suitors can top in an auction. The Lordstown CEO, Edward Hightower, told Reuters the Endurance business could prove attractive to another automaker looking for a fast entry into the EV market. At a time, the Biden administration's policies are attempting to move away from gasoline-powered cars. Lordstown's bankruptcy is not the first among the crop of EV startups that went public during the pandemic-era SPAC boom. But Lordstown was a high-profile member of that class because it was challenging the core of the legacy Detroit automaker's business of high-margin pickup trucks, and because of its location. Like several others, including the truck maker Nikola, Lordstown, which went public in 2020, has struggled to live up to the high expectations of early investors. In 2021, its chief executive and founder, Stephen Burns, resigned after the automaker acknowledged it had overstated pre-orders for its electric trucks. So not surprising if you've been following the story. It's not easy becoming an electric vehicle maker. As Elon has said, prototypes are easy, production is hard. I don't think it's wise for somebody to come in and buy this company. I think you're better off starting from scratch. There's so many incentives out there from the U.S. government. you might as well just start with a clean slate and go from there instead of trying to clean up the mess that is Lordstown. I guess maybe if you can pick up the property and the factory dirt cheap, like Tesla did in the early days of Tesla when they got the Fremont factory for a penny on the dollar, basically. But even now we see that factory is not as efficient as a factory that they built from the ground up. So it's a tough call. But if you need something to get started, yeah, I guess maybe it could be worth a go. But as I said, the U.S. government seems to be handing out money to anyone who wants to set up shop along the lines of electric vehicles or battery factories in the U.S. So it seems like it'd be better to start from the ground up instead of purchasing some existing entity. And yeah, I can't blame Foxxconn for not wanting to put more money into this sinking ship of Lordstown. If retail investors like myself and others like Stephen Mark Ryan who follow the story saw that Lordstown was not looking good for their future, I don't think they're going to do well with their lawsuit against Foxxconn, where they're trying to blame Foxxconn for not following through with their commitment. I can see why, they realize like we don't want to throw money at a sinking ship, so they decided to stop. And yeah, Lordstown's obviously not happy, but things were not going well, so thus the bankruptcy. So not a surprise, and I don't think it'll be the last bankruptcy filed in 2023. Still waiting for Nikola to file, or maybe Lucid will be next. We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think this will be the last one. So that's it for this one. My name is Evan Bertrand. This is the Evergreen channel. Give the video a like if you liked it. Subscribe by clicking on the wheel on the bottom right. And thanks for watching.